Hey, what's up guys? It's been a while since my last update, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing with you my ultimate ribeye steak, and it is one of those meals that I have on a regular basis. In fact, I'm actually on somewhat, bordering between a keto and what you call a carnivore diet. What I really enjoy is a piece of dry aged steak. So this is my dry ager. This is actually the second log of meat. This piece of ribeye has been sitting inside here for about, let's see, this would be the second week. I would say it's maybe 14 days dry aged. I've already finished the first log and I haven't been able to do a video. I've been wanting to do a video about how the whole process of me taking this out and then slicing it, grilling it on the pan, and how I actually finish off the steak. You don't need to have this dry ager, but if you do intend to buy it, it's actually called dry ager. It's dry-ager.com. It's available in two configurations. This is the smaller unit. They actually have a much bigger unit for commercial use. Let's take it out and I'm just going to show you the entire process. So let's start. Yep, sorry, my chopping board is a little small. Okay, you can see over here this one has oxidized a bit because normally I try to eat it continuously or alternate days so that this side here doesn't get too oxidized, but you can see I left it in there for 2 days and it's oxidized quite a bit. I'm going to cut this off. And the thing about the reason why you pay premium for dry aged steaks is because there's a lot of wastage. The restaurant normally needs to trim off the oxidized parts, and that's why you pay a premium whenever you have dry aged steaks. So normally I tend to cut about an inch or an inch and a half for a really good. The only reason why I could cut it so thick is because I don't want it's gonna be cooked on high heat, and you don't want steaks that are too thin because it'll cook right through. You won't have that nice crusty outer layer. Alright. Let me put this back. And that's the salt block at the bottom. Need to trim these off. I will cut. Now this is the fat cap. What I normally do with the fat cap is I will render this down into cooking oil so that I could fry this this piece of ribeye with its own fat. So I'm going to cut this into half. And trim this down further. Okay, darling. Okay. Just salt, and then I would just pat it down.
Hey, not too much salt.
So I'm gonna let this stay for about 10 minutes and for the piece of meat to come down to room temperature, and I'm just gonna let this sit for a while. And you'd be surprised, this is all that you really need. Its own fat, some butter, and that's how I cook my ultimate ribeye steak. I love this pan. It's a cast iron skillet pan. Pretty expensive, but this is what I use to cook my ribeyes with. You can see some of the moisture on the steak, on the ribeye. See all these droplets of water? It's still extracting all the water out from the steak. Alright, so before I start, what you would really want is for the pan to heat it up. You know, I'm gonna use the ribeye fat, the fat cap, render it down. I'm gonna use it as oil to fry the steak. And what you're really going for is this chemical reaction. It's called the Maillard reaction, Maillard reaction. You know, different countries, different way of pronouncing it. Yeah, but it's called the Maillard reaction. The browning on the surface of the steak, that's gonna give it its very like crispy, you know, kind of a texture. And you're looking for a juicy pink middle. That's how I like my steaks. You know, it always looks kind of complicated, you know, for all the YouTube videos that you watch, but it's supposed to be quite easy. Now this method, you know, if you find like a relatively good piece of steak that's a US prime, if you're gonna get some grass fat ones, you might not have as much marbling. You might not even have the fat cap there, but if you can, remove it, render it down, fry it in its own fat, it'll taste infinitely better. You can use this method with almost any kind of ribeye. It doesn't have to be US prime, but use this method, try it out, and let me know. Are you done? And the great thing about this fat is that once you render it down, and you can actually eat this, consume these two pieces of fat, which is extremely delicious. Some people actually fry it and then they throw it into like fried rice, you know, it tastes just as good, but I tend to eat these two pieces as well. You know, there's this thing, a lot of consumers out there, a lot of people out there actually thinks that animal fat is bad for your health. Animal fat is actually very good for your health. Anyway, so the cooking process has started. It is now 1:38 p.m. This is about, let's see, this is about an inch and a half, I would say. So that's gonna take me maybe around 8 to 10 minutes, thereabouts. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, steak should never ever be well done. Medium, medium rare. That's what you want. Let's see if I can give you guys a better view. Alright, it takes about 3 minutes to render the fat down. This is the first time I'm doing this video, the first time, so this is as raw as it gets for a cooking video, I suppose. Remember, fire is extremely important. You know, always make sure that it's not too high. You don't want to burn the steak, you know, but at the same time you need it to be high enough to have that nice crust on the outside. I reckon I've got enough heat here. So what I'm going to do now is drop the ribeye in on the fat side. Just going to let it sit there for a while. So the chopping board, I can still use it on the clean side. I'm going to rest it here. So it's gonna sit here for about, say maybe about 30 seconds. I'm sorry about the buzz behind, you know, right behind is that commercial fridge that I have. It makes this silly buzz. Can't do anything about it. Again. Then this side. Kind of burnt my fat a little. That's alright. You probably turn down the heat a little bit more. And then we're just gonna drop it in. Oh yeah. Now just before I rest these two pieces of fat, what I normally like to do is salt it a little bit just before I rest it. I use pink Himalayan salt. I normally will not rest it for too long. I'll just flip it over. So I will constantly flip and flip and flip and flip. You know, it's not like a regular grill, open grill like I have over there. I have to regularly check on it because you want to keep, you know, you leave it for like a minute or two on each side, and you really got to monitor your steak. Now the rule applies. This is rare. This is medium rare, medium well done. And this is not what you want. Okay, so this rule definitely works. This is what we are going after. And you can normally touch it over here. This is normally where it's right in the middle is always the part where it's the most raw. So you can see here it's still it's probably still rare. Look at how much fat there is. It's crazy. Just from these two, from this fat cap, this is how much oil you can get, you know. It's kind of pointless using cooking oil. You know, use the fat cap, and this is how much oil you can get. Crazy. Alright, flip it one more time. So I started searing these sides at about 142, so it's been cooking for about, let's see, it's been cooking for about 6 minutes. So while you're waiting for this, what I would normally do is I would stand by a generous amount of butter over here. Around so much. Okay. So all these excess oil, I'm actually going to pour it away, and I'm going to finish off with the butter. This is called the Maillard or the Maillard reaction. Now this is what you want. Oh yeah. Okay, the steak is about to be ready quite soon. So this is the time where the butter goes in. And I'm gonna start basting it. Like that. You see it very often in all the cooking videos and stuff. And trust me guys, when you finish off a steak with a blob of butter like that, it will be awesome. Awesome. Turn this thing off, and then whatever juice that you have inside, you're just gonna pour it on. Well, not too much. Good. Yep. Just enough. Okay. And my ribeye is complete. The important thing is to let it rest for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I would say 5 to 8 minutes. I wanted to do a video that everyone can relate to, everyone can apply the same techniques and end up with possibly the same result. Just remember, the trick is to always watch the fire. Don't let it get too hot, and it will just perfectly ruin your steak. You know, you won't get a perfect steak, but it will perfectly ruin it. Alright, so that's the thing with, you know, you want a temperature high enough to sear it. Remember, the Maillard reaction, the Maillard reaction is what you want, the browning. And remember these little fat bits I was talking about? Okay, let me just see if it can focus. This GH5 still has some focusing issues, man. Okay, but anyway, so this is the fat bit. But it really does taste like a cracker, so I love it. Again, that's a little burnt, so I might not eat the entire thing. Again, this is a very classic example of having your pan too high and not watching it. If your pan is high, you just have to watch your steak a little closer, because you definitely don't want to burn it. Okay, so what time was it? It was like 1:52, 1:50. Okay, right now it's at 1:58. My steak is rested quite well. So let's turn the attention to my steak right now. Take a look at the doneness. Alright, this is just like, this is maybe about medium well, I suppose. Not medium well. As it goes to the middle, it should be a bit more pink. This is actually quite pinkish here, and this is the way I like it. That's what I'm talking about. Is that crunch? Well, normally at this point in time, if you want, you can add some pepper, cracked pepper. But I just like it this way. You want some pink in the middle, because don't forget, the reason why you want to rest the steak is because it would still cooked through, and that's the reason why you want to rest it. Nice and juicy. I love dry aged steaks. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Nice and crusty, can you hear it? Really nutritious meal. Not everyone thinks it's a great diet, but I think it's an awesome diet. And this, guys, is my ultimate ribeye steak. I don't need to go to any like fancy steak restaurant, but obviously, again, if you're ever outside and they have dry aged steaks on the menu, there is a reason why dry aged steaks are so expensive. In fact, a lot more premium. It's because of all the oxidation on the outside. Before serving it to you, they actually have to remove all the oxidized parts before they can even serve it to the customer. And that's the reason why dry aged steaks always carry a huge premium. The thing about ribeyes is that as I approach this fatty part here, that's when I start eating it this way, so I get to eat into the fat as well. Seriously, focusing issue is GH5, come on. I need some wine. No more wine. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating this, okay? I really enjoy this steak. Turn it around, and then when I cut through, I get to eat this fatty bit as well. So just like slice it just along this way until the end. So I'm just gonna wait for the wine before I put this in my mouth. Best mother in the world just got me a glass of wine. So if you're still unsure what kind of meat, I highly recommend the ribeye. I highly recommend the ribeye steaks, only because of its marbling. The wine. It's some weird reaction, you know. Whenever you have red wine with steaks, it's something magical happens. I don't know what is that. Maybe it brings out all the umami, you know. know there are lots of videos out there, you know, talking about flank steaks, strip loins. Remember, ribeye is all about the marbling content. The next thing I want to age inside my dry ager would be like maybe an A5 Wagyu. I actually think that meats with the highest marbling content will age a lot better. So again, if you're gonna be going for like dry aged steaks outside, I would recommend like the bone-in ribeye or ribeye. Because I think anything if it's too lean and you dry age it, I don't think it'll be a good result. But that's just my opinion. Again, the reason for doing this video is because I just want to show you guys how easy it is to cook a piece of ribeye without anything too fancy. Like seriously, this is Singapore, man. You know, most of the videos you see outside, you know, it's always overseas, and you have the luxury of having like an herb garden. You know, when we're in Singapore, everything is like quite difficult. Everything is either dry or you need to buy it from a supermarket. Go to the supermarket, spend all your money on the best piece of ribeye you can find. Come home, sea salt, Himalayan salt if you're feeling a little bit more extravagant, sea salt, and that's it. Do the same thing as I did, or as I showed you, and you will enjoy ribeyes all day, every day. Look at this fat. Look at this fat content. Yep. Oop. Oop. You can see very minimal waste. you could do the whole fancy thyme, garlic, blah blah blah, but really the key is in getting that nice crust, heat control, finishing it off with the butter. Make sure it's salted enough, and that, my friends, is to me the ultimate ribeye steak. Now, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you think the recipe works out for you, please let me know. Let me know if you tried it, whether was it very easy, and you know, did your friends, your family enjoy the steak that you cooked for them? Or maybe as a trial run, you cooked it for yourself and you really, really liked it. Again, please let me know in the comment section below. And I just want to say that, you know, the last couple of weeks, I know I haven't been uploading much, and I still get people subscribing to my channel. You know, that really helps me out a lot, because again, YouTube isn't my full-time endeavor, but I'm actually trying to get to a point where, you know, I have more subscribers so I can put more meaningful content out there. You know, it could be a very simple video like today. At least I get to share with you. At least I know it's gonna be easy for you guys to replicate. A cooking show always has to be about somebody selling something to you, but no, man. You know, this is this is as rustic as it gets. You know, you can just basically use anything you want, and then you can just cook yourself a really nice steak. And I think going forward, I think I'm feeling a bit of the red wine flush because it's the first meal I had. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll be back really soon. Keep the subscriptions coming. Take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.